So, Seb, a defeat last weekend. What were your overall thoughts on it? You guys did play some pretty good rugby, though.
Yeah, I think we're pretty disappointed as Stu, to be honest. I think we were our own worst enemy at times. If you think about it, we can easily go into the halftime break 11-10, but, we failed to exit. And then, we give away a soft try just before halftime. I think that's a massive blow. But I think, in large parts, we were in the game. I never really thought that we were under a lot of pressure. But obviously at the end of the day, you lose 37-7. So, it is disappointing. But I think there's, I know it's cliche, but I think there are a lot of positives to take forward into this week. But it's not good enough to play for 40, 50 minutes. It's not enough at this level because, you make one or two errors and you switch off for moments of the game and you get punished against a really good French team. So, lots of lessons learned. Hopefully we can take them forward into this week and put a good performance in against an English team that we know is going to come firing after their defeats against Scotland.
Yeah, you say lots of learnings. What did your coach, Kieran Crowley, say to you? What was his main message?
I think that we got to stay in the game. There's moments in the game where we switch off. We let ourselves down. We make, sloppy schoolboy errors that put ourselves under pressure. I think the exits weren't great this week, so that's something that we're really going to work on. I think defensively, for large parts of the game, we were really effective, very physical. Just bits and pieces that we got to work on. Obviously, our territory wasn't great either, so we need to try and play in the right areas of the field. But that comes with not putting yourself under pressure and making schoolboy errors. So if we can put those wrongs right, then hopefully we can show what we're about in terms of when we're with the ball, and cause England a few problems.
Yeah, you've had an autumn with Kieran Crowley, and now you're coming in to your Six Nations. You've worked with him for a long, long time. What's your relationship with him? Obviously at Benetton and now with Italy. Are standards very high, Seb?
Yeah, they are. He's a guy that's got full of experience. A guy that gave me my first opportunity when I first arrived in Italy, with Benetton. So I've got massive respect for him. And I think I've said it, on record before that, for me, he's a person that, you want to play for, just because of the person he is and the passion that he shows. So, for me, run through a brick wall for him and do as much as I can to bring success for him. But he's got his own ideas and his own identity, and a big thing for him is, we're pushing to get respect and credibility back in Italian rugby, and he's very passionate about that, and all of us are, pulling in the right direction for him and for Italy.
You mentioned their respect and putting passion back in the jersey, and I suppose respect from the outside rugby public as well. Does that chip away at you, Seb?
Yeah, it does, because I know how hard we work. It hasn't been an easy couple of years, but I think it's also important for us to sort of block out the noise from the outside and focus on what we can control. But it is frustrating, when you show for large parts of the game, that we're at that level and can perform at the level, and then the scoreboard tells differently. So we got to be consistent in our performance and be harsh on ourselves. Not really worry too much about what people are saying, but focus on ourselves and every time we go to the training ground, we train to get better and have that mentality that we're not just here to make up the numbers and to stay in games, but we want to start winning games. And that's a clear message, I think, within the group, and something that I'm extremely, passionate on and trying to drive too.
You yourself, you made your debut in 2016, and then out of the starting team there on Sunday, you were the most capped player in that Italian team. Like, that must be pretty special as well.
Yeah, I think it is special. I'm extremely proud of it, but at the same time, I think it's a big responsibility, and it's one that I enjoy. I know now that I'm, one of the leaders within the group, one of the more experienced guys, or one of the most experienced guys. So that's a big responsibility and one that I enjoy. And I need to try and lead from the front with all my actions on and off the field, and be a shoulder for a lot of the young guys to lean on. But yeah, as I said, I think this young group, has lots to prove. But the potential that I see every day here at the training ground and when I'm playing with them at club level, there's some really exciting prospects coming through. And if we keep working hard and focusing on our goals, then hopefully that win is around the corner.
Yeah, you say there you've got exciting prospects coming through. A number of debutants got their chance. How did you feel they fared? It's great for them, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, it's great. It's always special to see, the youngsters get their first shot at international rugby. It feels like yesterday I was getting my opportunity, so it goes really, really quickly. But I think it's just down to their form and what they've been showing at their clubs. They fully deserve their opportunities, and I think these are the names that we're going to hear in the future that are going to drive Italian rugby forward. So yeah, extremely excited for them. And I thought they all did really well in different aspects of the game. And now that they've tasted it, they've got to step forward now and take responsibility and perform and be consistent and help the team be consistent going forward.
Moving on to this weekend, you mentioned there briefly England. They're going to be hurting, but it's another opportunity there to try and attack them. I know, was it this time last year you started off early, scored a great try in the corner, so you can't really hurt them if you start firing. No,
exactly. We all know that England will be hurting after they lost against Scotland, but at times they showed their quality in that game too. So they have threats all over the field. They're a physical team, throw the ball around, and we got to be on top of our game and really step up our own performance from last week. Like I said, I think we're pretty good for 40-50 minutes, but that's not good enough at that level, at this level. And yeah, we want to focus on ourselves and what we can do, what we can get right. And I believe we can cause them a few problems. But in these big games, it all starts up front. We need to be physical. We need to expect that they're going to come really hard in the first 10-20 minutes. And hopefully we can have a bit more possession and a bit more territory to show what we can do with the ball and cause them problems.
I was reading there, Eddie Jones was saying Sebastian Negri offers something different. How do you feel about him saying that? Is it good to get some praise from different coaches?
Yeah, it is. He's a well-respected coach in the world of rugby, and it's always nice to get praise. But I'm focusing on the praise from within the squad and from my teammates and from the coaches here. But yeah, it's obviously great to always get recognition from people like that who I admire and respect so much. But yeah, hopefully Kieran will be saying that this week or next week.
Yeah, hopefully he will. Why do you feel this Italian team now is moving in the right direction?
Just because I know the group. I know what we've been talking about. I know what things we've been working on at training. I know Kieran's mindset. I know all the staff and all the players are on the same page, and we all want the same thing. We all pulling in the same direction and want to get that goal and are really passionate about making our people here in Italy proud and changing rugby here for the better. I know it's very easy to say that, and people have been saying that for the last couple of years. So there's also a big responsibility for us to put these words into action now and to start putting some performances together. But like I said, we've shown glimpses of it in the last couple of games, but we need to be consistent, and if we do that, anything can happen.
Yeah, his mindset and a bit of belief, is that so much for you guys going forward? Is it such a big factor?
Yeah, I think it is. I've touched on it in the past too. With winning's a habit, and sometimes losing can become a habit. So, we got to have the mental strength to overcome that. Believe in our own abilities and look at past games and past moments in games where we've really hurt teams and shown what we're about. And if we can all pull in the same direction and believe that, this team can go on to good things, then that's a top aspect to have, and I really do see that in this group.
And what areas do you think, Seb, that you can attack England this weekend? That you really can go at them?
Listen, I think, like I said, it all starts up front. So I really think that if we try and have a strong set piece, and hopefully can attack them in the wide channels. But yeah, we've studied them. We've done a lot of analysis, on them. But against England, you've got to have a strong set piece. So our set piece is going to have to function for us to play wide and chuck the ball around and sort of get into our attacking shape, which we didn't quite do against France. So England wouldn't have seen much with us with ball in hand. So I think hopefully we can surprise them in a few ways and cause them problems.
And finally, if it's not England or whenever it is, what would it mean to you to get a win in the Six Nations with Italy?
Yeah, it'll mean everything. I don't think I can quite put it into words. What it would mean for me, for the group, for all our families, for all of the people that support us back home. I think it would just be, and yeah, no words really. It would just be unbelievable. So, I don't think that we're far off, and that's the sort of message here in the group, is that we're not far off, and we got to keep believing. Not worry too much about what other people are saying on the outside, but focus on what we can control, and what on our direction and our goal of performing and being consistent and getting that respect and credibility back.
Great stuff. Well, let's hope it comes sooner rather than later. Seb, all the best on Sunday against England.
Thanks so much, mate.